Hello, my strange and charmed ones, and welcome back to my channel for another installment of my Plan with an Entrepreneur series. So today I've got a highly requested video for you guys. I know that ever since you have seen my A5 domino from Filofax, you have been requesting to see a setup of it because I did tell you that this is my business binder. And I know it took me a while to kind of get this whole thing organized. And so I apologize for the delay, but it really was just that I was trying a few different things. I was trying to do certain things in the binder and it wasn't working out, so I was changing my setup. And now I feel like I've got a pretty good setup where I'm confident showing it to you that, not to say that it'll never change, but this is a pretty solid setup for it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this binder, and I'm going to give you guys an overview and we're going to flip through it and see how I use this binder. Okay, you guys, so here is my A5 Filofax Domino in turquoise. The first thing I want to say is I know I've been getting a lot of questions about this binder. It is from Filofax, and I did order it from the Filofax US website. However, I don't think it's in stock anymore. I don't know if it's going to come back. I have no clue. I'm not Filofax customer service. I have no clue what is going to be in stock and what's going to be out of stock. I just show you guys what I have, and I bought this earlier this year in March. So I got this when it first came out pretty much. So, I mean, if you're interested in this planner, what I would suggest is emailing Filofax. Like whenever you're curious about a planner, I would send them an email and see if they are going to bring it back, because I have no clue what they're bringing back when they're doing what. So I hope that helps you guys. So I'm just going to go ahead and open this up and lay it out flat. So right now, this is basically what you open up my planner to. As you can see, the dominoes have these side pockets. They have one here and one in the back. And I just put little cards and stuff in here that I just have. I really don't store a lot of things in here. I don't decorate this planner because it's for business. Not that you couldn't if you chose to, but it's just not something that I do. So I don't need to keep like a lot of decoration stuff in here. So it's pretty minimal here. Now, the one thing you will notice is I did make all of my own dividers, which is what I normally do. I do have a video on that. So if you would like to see how I make dividers, I will definitely leave a link down below to that video to help you. And as you can see, all of my tabs, actually, I do have writing on my tabs. I just use like a permanent marker, like a Sharpie, and I write what each section is. That's because I'm not really so familiar with this setup to the point that I remember what every section is. So I do like to leave the notes on there. And because this is laminated, all my dividers are laminated, I can easily erase them and put something new on them if I change, what the setup is. So that is what you open up to. And this is the inside of these dividers. All my dividers have this same interior. I made this myself really quickly in Photoshop, and I just like to use this as like a whiteboard sometimes for ideas. And you might actually see later on in my planner me using that. All my sections also, for the most part, all have like one of these to-do list things in the front, just in case I have something I need to jot down. And these are also laminated. And I do have a video on making laminated to-do lists as well. So I will leave those down below. Lots of DIYs are going to be in here. So the next thing I've got here is this, I think this was Heidi Swapp, these little folders. So I have one of these folders in this binder. As you can see, it just says "Live It Up," and the back is really pretty. I love this pattern. Now, you guys may notice that this is actually held in a kind of different sort of way. I actually took a book out of the whole Erin Condren planner groups, and I basically decided to connect some things into my planner using tabs, like adhesive tabs. So I don't have them out right now, I don't think, but these are essentially, let me see if I can pull this out. Okay, so these are essentially just two, you could see these are filing tabs that basically have a sticky portion, and then they have just like, the tab portion. This is like any normal filing tab sort of a thing will do, and I just put two on them and I punched the holes. And so basically this allows me to put something into my planner that doesn't have holes if I don't want to cut holes in it. And for this, I didn't want to cut holes in this. Like, I really liked this, and I didn't want to have to cut holes. So I have it stuck in there. It's nice, and it's like nice and kept in there. It's very secure. Like these tabs, I can remove them if I want to, but I don't I don't need to obviously right now, but they're removable if they need to be, but they're also holding my item in very secure in the planner. So I really like that. Another thing I've got up here, I just made this. This is just a paper clip with a, these are actually Heidi Swapp stickers that were like these striped hearts. And I saw a bunch of people had, I guess people were making them or bought them from somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where they were from, but I saw those stickers and I was like, I could totally make them myself. So I did. They're like puffy stickers that I've double-sided. So this is just a little pocket in the front that I like to keep list pads in with notes. So as you saw, this section is actually my notes section. So when you get to the front of this section, I like to keep blank note paper right at the front. I don't want to have to flip to the back of this section to get blank note paper. And these are my custom note. This is my Note Paper Plus. It's one of my printable inserts that you can get from my shop. I'll leave the links down below. And you'll see that this is the note paper that I predominantly like to use. I tried a couple of different note papers that I had on hand, just extra scrap paper. I was trying to use up some Filofax scrap paper as well, but now I've just gone ahead and refilled it with my note paper refills, which I really like. So in the beginning, I've got a nice section of notes here, but you can see that there is a divider. This section is actually subdivided a couple of different ways because I like to then, once I've made a note, I like to put it in one of my subdivided sections so I keep everything organized. So this first subdivided section is marked off with my journaling cards. These are very new to my shop. These are part of my empire building journaling cards. These both are actually. What I've done is I've just printed 2 out, made them back to back, and I stuck another one of these tabs in order to cut the holes so that I wouldn't have to cut the holes into this, because I didn't want, I just didn't want to cut holes into this. It was so nice, and at least this way I can reuse this if I want to in another planner, and it's not already punched. So just a tip for you guys. I love using these reusable tabs. It's like my new thing. So this first section, because it's my empire building note cards here, is empire building notes. So this whole section just relates to notes for empire building. The next section is marked off with more of my journaling cards. Is from my Girl of All Trades journaling card set. Again, I will link it down below. Again, it's held in by one of those, just a file tab. This is also double-sided. This is the one that says, "It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it." And then on the back it says, "Wake, coffee, hustle, sleep, repeat." I love these. Both of these are in that Girl of All Trades journaling card set if you're interested in that. But this is my general business things. So I just have a bunch of notes here for IRS taxes and things like that. So I've got, a couple pages of notes on just general business things. The next section is, this is my client section. So I'm actually going to really quickly flip out of that just in case. So this is like notes for client work that I'm doing. Then the next section is, I think this is just general blog stuff. Yeah, general notes and things like that for my blog and all that stuff. And it's got this Blog Boss journaling card. It's double-sided. Just in case I get questions on this, some of my journaling cards I've been printing on photo paper, so it comes out like nice and high gloss and things like that. The only problem is sometimes you might be able to see that sometimes they get a little bit, because it's photo paper, sometimes it gets scratched up. So I don't really mind because this is just going in my planner. And then some of my journaling cards I actually keep on cardstock. So just a tip for you guys, if you guys have printable journaling cards, or if you buy any of my printable journaling card sets, that says it in all of my listings, but you can use cardstock or photo paper, and I think that either way looks beautiful. So yes, this is another section of just general notes that are just like general notes for things that I've got, to-dos and things like that. So flipping through there into this next section. The second section is my content section. So this is actually where I keep my editorial calendar now. I used to keep my editorial calendar in my personal size planner, but now I've moved it into my A5 to get more space. Again, another one of these list pads. All these list pads I think I'm going to show you guys are from Target dollar bins at various times of year. So they may not be available. They may be available. I have no clue. So here I've just got my month on 2 pages inserts. These are, of course, my own inserts. I predominantly use all of my own inserts, clearly because I've designed them because I love them. So this is my month on 2 pages calendar. And this is my editorial calendar for the month of May. What I've been doing is, and I think I mentioned this in a previous video, I've been writing out my topics on sticky notes because I tend to change things throughout the month as I'm going. So for example, the 6th, I did not do this video, so I can pull this off and I'm going to put it down below. So I know, because the 6th is when we did the Glampire chat. And then Thursday, I wrote a blog post that was not this blog post. Because sometimes I just change stuff, you know, that's just how it is. So having these on sticky notes means I can remove them. And what I should probably do is, as I write my blog post, I should probably write what exactly I did post. And then I have the other ideas that I can recycle for later. So this is an overview of like my monthly editorial calendar. Now, I also have a little subdivided section in here that has my blog post and YouTube video tracker. Now, this is something I literally just put in here, which is why there's no notes on them pretty much. I want to start corralling all of my blog post ideas and YouTube video ideas on these sheets. Now, these are trackers. Again, you can get them in my shop, but I really like using these sorts of lists basically to keep my blog post ideas and my YouTube ideas. And right now, all of my blog post ideas and YouTube ideas are literally all over the place. So it's like some of them are in notebooks, some of them are on my computer, some of them are on my phone. So I really need to start corralling those, and that's what I'm going to be using this section for. So I'm not using it right at this moment, but I will be in the future. Next is my blueprints section. And you know what, I don't think I told you guys the paper that I'm using for this on the outside of these, just in case anyone's curious. I got the paper for this. All of the covers of these dividers came from packs from, I think it's Studio 112 at Joann's. Joann's has this whole like Studio 112 section where there's all of these cute like sticky notes and paper pads and list pads that are all like $1 or $2. I think it's like $1 to $3, everything in that section. And so there are these list pads that I think they're like 6 by 9, and they're like $3 each. So I have a bunch of them from the Studio 112 line, and that's where this paper came from, just in case you're curious. So like I said, this section is my blueprints section, and it houses all of the blueprints for my empire building program. So if you're part of empire building, you're familiar with this. If you're not, empire building is my online coaching course where you can purchase like my workbooks, or you can purchase like group or one-on-one coaching with me. So whenever I make a new workbook, I print it out and I put it in here. So I've got my branding, I've got my communication, and I don't have these divided in any way, and community building. So those are the 3 workbooks that are available right now. And I just like to keep them in here for, just so I have them if I want to review them, etc. They're at my fingertips. The next section is projects, and this is basically a project planning section for me. I have the inserts I use in here are, I think all of them, yeah, all of these I think are from my project planning printables bundle. So I've got a month on 1-page calendars where I actually write out important to-dos and check them off for the month, and then see, one side is to-dos and one side is a calendar 1 through whatever amount of days, like 30 days in the month. So I can schedule things out that are, date sensitive. So like here on the 15th of April, my Q1 taxes were due for paying my estimated tax for my business. So I had to make sure I did that, and I did. And then I've got some tasks that I need to remind myself to do. And then here again, May, I've got a list of things I need to do. I've marked off my husband's vacation. And then the next set of inserts in that goal planning, goal tracking bundle is a year overview. I actually printed this out on blue paper because I wanted it to stand out, but this is basically, just an outline of my business projects and things that I want to do. And then I've got my project planning sheets. So I just will make myself a project planning sheet for, to outline a project that I'm working on. So I've got a couple of those, and this is what they look like blank. And that is my project planning section. And then the last section, the last of the dividers for my binder is my social section. And here you'll see I have things written down here. I've got some things on this one that I wanted, just notes that I wanted to take. And then here, this section is basically task tracker. So I also really want to add a social media audit thing into here because I do audit my social media once a month. But right now I've just got these task trackers in here, and you can see I just break out to-dos, like important to-dos I want to do for anything, my shop, my Pinterest, my empire building program, just tasks I need to do. So like I said, I have not actually gone and pulled all of my tasks. Obviously this isn't all I have to do, but I really need to start migrating things into this planner. And other than that, I've got one of these pages from my favorite notepad thing here. Actually, I'll show you in the back really quick. This is a notepad that looks like an iPad from Walmart. I get a lot of questions on this, but I do not believe that this is sold online. I think you can just get it in store at Walmart. And my Walmart always has it whenever I go, so I've never seen it out of stock. But I mean, I guess different Walmarts stock different things. If you're having trouble find it, maybe look for a different, look at a different Walmart or ask the Walmart manager, maybe if they can order it in for you. So I've just laminated this one, and I sometimes take notes on this as well because I think it's cute. Other than that, I just have some extra things in the back here, like one of my day per page inserts, a couple of those, and a couple of other things that you guys may remember. If you saw my quirky Filofax setup from the beginning of 2014, just like some different prayers and stuff that I like to have in my binder, I just threw them in here. And then at the back, I've got one of my DIY file folders that I will leave the DIY for that below if you're interested. And in here, I just have some paperwork that pertains to some clients in empire building. The people who get my coaching calls, I just, have some notes and things that I like to store in here for them. And at the back, this was the cover sheet for this planner, and I wanted to keep it. And I think I just have one of these top loading envelope things. I don't have anything in it right now. And another fly leaf at the back that I'm just using as like a page lifter. I already showed you the tablet. And then there is a pocket here, but I don't have anything in it. Like I said, I don't store a lot of things in here. One last thing I want to show you guys is this adorable pen, just in case anyone had questions. I actually got this pen as a birthday gift from another planner YouTuber named Shelly Darling, if you guys are familiar with her. She sent this to me. I love this pen. It's like so gorgeous, and it matches this planner so perfectly. I believe it's from a company called Typo, and I will try to find a link to it if I can and link it down below so that you guys can see where I got this, where she got it for me. I don't think it was that expensive, but it's a really nice pen. I really like it. So that is everything in my business binder. Okay, so that is the setup for my A5 Filofax Domino in turquoise as my business binder. I hope you guys enjoyed taking a peek into this planner with me, and I hope that you got a few different tips or tricks for setting up your own planner, whether it's a business planner or a personal planner. I really think that tips from all of these videos can really be applied to anyone's situation. It's just about finding what works for you and different setups and inserts and things like that work for you. So I know I showed you a lot of different things in here, a few different inserts of mine, a few different journaling cards of mine. I will make sure to have all of those items linked down below in the description box so you can pick those up if you are interested. And I'd love to know what you guys thought of this video, if you thought it was interesting, looking inside of my planner, if you have any tips or tricks that you think I should be using that I'm not currently employing in my system, definitely leave those down below in the comments. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and of course, if you're not yet subscribed to me, what are you waiting for? Make sure to hit that subscribe button for more awesome videos by me. And until next time, you guys, bye-bye!